Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here today. Obviously, if you read the title of the video, which I'm sure you did, you know what today's video is about. I'm going to be testing some accuracy on some really cheap 308 ammunition. And specifically, what I'm talking about is Tula ammo. It's made in Russia and is a full metal jacket 308 180 grain bullet. Now I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, a specific round is made for a specific gun and one gun likes a specific round, and all those things are true. This gun that I'm going to be shooting is dead set dialed in with Remington Core-Lokt 180 grain ammunition. Now I'm not going to adjust anything on the scope, so this bullet may be shooting a little high or a little low, but what we want to look at today is to see what kind of group we can get out of this cheap ammunition, because there's a lot of people that knock this ammo because it's cheap and say that, you know, you can't really get good groups out of it, and I've heard some people say that they get phenomenal groups out of it. Now again, I'm sure a specific gun to a specific ammo has a lot to do with that, but as an overall statement, I just want to see just how accurate I can get with this bullet. So today what I'm going to be shooting, and if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you know what gun this is. It's a bolt action Remington model 700, and it is one of my favorite rifles that I own. And I actually bought it mainly because it was on sale when I got it and just really lucked up into it and put a Vortex Optics scope on there, and it is a 4 power by 12 power with a 50 millimeter objective on the end. Just a absolutely beautiful scope, quality scope, and a even better shooting rifle. The only modification that I have done to this rifle, other than it just being a flat out stock Remington 700 with a bull barrel, is I did add a muzzle brake. Now this muzzle brake is not anything special, guys. This muzzle brake I actually bought off of Amazon. I bought it off of Amazon for, I believe, $9. It was $9.99 with free shipping, Amazon Prime. Got there in 2 days. The only thing that I have to complain about on this muzzle brake is I had to add a washer. And the washer that came on this gun would not fit, or it was too thick for this actual muzzle brake. So I had to go through probably 15 to 20 different fittings, or rings if you want to call it that, bushings, to try to get the perfect fit on this muzzle brake so that the ports are actually coming out on the side. So that was the only negative about it, but it was $9.99, $10 if you want to call it $10. So you can't really complain a whole lot about it. And the son of a gun works. It absolutely works 100%. This gun did have a little bit of a bite to it, even though it's kind of a heavy gun and it's a short barrel, which kind of surprised me. It did have a little bit of a bite to it the first time I took it out and shot it long range and shot it at the range. But since I've added this muzzle brake, it has toned it down and it's just worked great. So this is the gun that we're going to be using. It's got a bipod on it. I'm going to be laying down prone in the bed of my truck, shooting at 100 yards. And again, the idea is to see just how accurate this cheap Russian-made ammunition is. Because if you can get decent groups out of this cheap stuff, taking this stuff to the range and practicing and shooting with it can be a game changer. It can save you a lot of money. And it's a test that I want to see just how accurate it is anyway. So thank you guys for watching. Let's get everything set up. Let's shoot a couple rounds and see what we can get. Alrighty guys. Alright, first round. think I pulled that one a little bit. Felt myself flinch. Shoot one more, guys. And we will go down there and swap the target out. Alrighty, let's let that barrel cool off a little bit. Let's go down there and take a look and see what we got. Alrighty, so I'm pretty sure I shot 5 rounds. One of them I know that I pulled. I felt myself. So that one I know. There was 4 that I thought that I had really good trigger pulls and I was really steady and I felt sure about the shots. And this is what I came up with at 100 yards. And you can see I've got 2 up here that are kind of high, about 2 inches high. But I've got 3 that are, you know, almost touching right there. Those 2 are touching. Stick your finger through there. This is the one that I know that I pulled up here. I seen it whenever I shot and seen it hit, and that was just absolutely my fault. That was not the gun's fault. This one though, I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe I pulled and I didn't feel myself, but I know I shot 4 and I thought I was pretty good. Had a pretty good hold on it. And then like I said, this one, I know I pulled on it. I think I even said it on the video. So that's definitely not the gun's fault. But I think these 4 right here are a good representation of what that gun will do. Now, like I said, I could have pulled this one. I don't know. I mean, you just don't know what happened here. I mean, there's 3 good ones there and then 1 threw up there. That could have just been an off bullet. You don't know. More than likely it was shooter arrow would be my guess, since there was 3 stacked up right here. So I'm gonna swap the target out, go back down here, shoot another 5 or 6 rounds, see exactly what groups we can do. We're gonna do this process 3 times. So we're gonna shoot 5 or 6 times each time on 3 different targets. And then at the end of the video, we'll sit down and we'll just kind of take an overall look at everything and see what the outcome was. All right, second round, second target. First round was not too bad. Had 2 rounds that was kind of high, as I showed you guys. So let's shoot 5 or 6 more times, see what we can get on this one. All right, first shot was a little high, about an inch and a half maybe. right, I'll shoot one more, guys. They were all, from what I could tell, a little high. Let's take a look right here. So kind of the same deal as last time. We got 3 that are, you know, a decent little group here. 2 that are touching. And then you've got 1 kind of off to the side and another one a little high, but they're all generally a little bit higher. The last set I had 3 that were kind of right here around the bullseye, so I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad group. I mean, if you take those 3 right there, I mean, that's a very good group at 100 yards. I mean, you've got 2 touching, 1 kind of off to the side, maybe a half inch, but then you got these 2 random ones that are kind of thrown over there, which very easily could be shooter error. Not too bad. I mean, it definitely could be better, but at 100 yards with that cheap of ammo, it's really not that crazy bad. So let's get this target swapped out. We're gonna shoot 1 more round, 1 more group. Trying to beat the rain here. Obviously, you can see we got some rain coming down, so try to get these rounds off as fast as possible. Well, not as fast as possible, but try to get this done so we can get this video completed before the rain sets in. Alrighty, new target, round 3. Here we go. I pulled that one. That casing there was kind of tight coming out. I jerked the trigger on that one. I don't know where I hit though. Got 1 more round. Shoot 1 more just for good measure. This one will have 6, I believe, if I'm counting right. Hopefully I'm counting right, and you guys will rip me a new one if I ain't. Alrighty. That round was definitely not good. Look at that son of a gun. I think that's the one I pulled. I don't know. Man, that was not good. Again, you still got, I shot 6 on this one, where the other ones I shot 5. I mean, you got 3 that are, I don't know if you call that good, but you got 3 that are around the bullseye. Really, your best group is there. You know, that's probably 1 inch in between each of them. Which, I mean, it's just, you know, 308, 180 grains. You should be shooting better than that. But again, we're shooting cheap ammo, and I mean, it is what it is. They're mass producing that ammunition, so I'm sure some of this is shooter error, but again, some of it is the ammunition. But that's a pretty decent group. I mean, every round that we shot, we had 3 that were, you know, a decent group, and then we always had like 1 or 2 that were thrown off, and you know, there's 1 or 2 could have been me, or hell, it could have been the ammo. I mean, you never know. But a couple of them I know was me. Like on this set, I don't know which one it is that I hit, but I know I jerked the trigger and I felt myself. So my guess is it's that one, because I haven't missed that high all day shooting, except for, you know, the other ones that I said that I pulled. So my guess is it's that one. And then, you know, the 5 that I really felt good about were these. And again, I don't know about that straight over there, but you know, those 4 right there, they're not good. They're definitely not even really average. They're just, you know, they're just there. I don't know how to explain that. So anyway, let's get this one loaded up. I want you guys to, trying to get my target holder up. Let's get back over here to the truck. I'm gonna lay all 3 of these targets out, and I want you guys to kind of take a look at them, all 3 side by side. That'll kind of give you a better idea of what a 15 to, yeah, 15, 16 rounds, what 16 rounds looks like of cheap ammunition at 100 yards. All right, hopefully good gust of wind don't come and blow these away, but from left to right, those are the order that I shot the rounds. So first of all, let's take a look at this one. This was the very first group that I shot. Again, just going back on it, I've got 2 bullet holes that are touching right there. Got a 3rd one there. So again, you've got a really nice 3-round group right there. 1 high, and then I pulled 1. And on the first round, I think I said that I felt myself pull on 1, and that is, my guess is gonna be one of them too. So again, shot 3 right at the bullseye, right where you wanna be, and then I pulled 1, and then 1 just went flying up here. So again, not that bad of a group. Let's look over here, moving on to the 2nd round. And again, these were all high. You know, you got a bullseye and everything's about 1 inch high, but the thing is we're looking at groups and how this ammunition groups in general. And again, on this one, you've got 2 bullet holes touching right there, a 3rd one that's right there within, I'm gonna say that's not even 1 inch. My guess is that's 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch gap right there. And then you've got 1 up high that is probably right at 1 inch, maybe 1.25 inches. It's about the same distance as that one, maybe. Yeah, might even be a little closer, I think. So I guess that top one's closer to your 2-round group than that one is. But again, not a very bad group for really cheap ammunition. I mean, when you look at the first round that we shot, pan back over here, when you look at the first one, you got those 3 there, and then, you know, you got this one up here that's about 1.5 inches high. It's not too bad, those 3. I mean, considering what you're paying for this ammunition, and then you shoot again, and you've got a decent, a very consistent gun that's right in that general area within 1 inch. Again, you know, these 2 over here, you want to bring those in a little bit, and you'd like to have, you know, you like to have them about 1/2 inch. You know, have that sub MOA going on right there. But I mean, you can't be too upset with that round or this round here, especially this round, considering that shot or this shot, one of them 2 was my fault. That was not the gun. So in general, you're looking at 3 or 4 that are, you know, right there. Now the last one, that is the red-headed stepchild of the group. You've got 1 that's about 1 inch low from dead bullseye, maybe 3/4 of an inch low from dead bullseye, and then 2 that are within, you know, probably that same distance, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch from dead bullseye. And, you know, not, if you're looking at shooting in the bullseye, it's really not that bad, but your best group out of these are these 3 right here. They're all within probably 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. That's a little more than 1/2 inch. Yeah, you might be right at 1 inch there. But you know, that's about MOA, that right there. And then of course you've got the 2 randos up here. And again, this was, one of these 2 rounds here are ones that I pulled. I felt myself pull whenever I shot. I knew it was going to be a little high or a little off somewhere. So my guess is it's that one, because that's definitely the worst shot of the day right there. And then my guess is that one would be my true fifth shot, which is absolutely not pretty whatsoever. Definitely this round of 6 could have been a lot better, should have been a lot better. Alrighty guys, that is it for today's video. I cannot thank you enough for hanging out with me here today and watching Southern Extreme TV. The rain is coming down, so I'm sorry that we're trying to rush through this this closing, if you want to call it that. But overall guys, I'm really happy with the way that the ammunition performed. The last group of 5 or 6 that I shot is absolutely 100% my fault. It is not the gun's fault, it's not the ammunition's fault. It was me rushing, trying to get out of the rain. As you can tell, the rain's coming down. I've got all this camera equipment out here. Not making excuses. It was absolutely my fault. Rushed the shots, tried to get the video in. The first 2 groups, first 2 rounds that I shot are probably a true representation of what this gun and that ammunition can do. So if you guys are thinking about buying some cheap ammunition to kind of practice and play around with, I would give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you get to go to the range and you get to shoot some guns and you get to have some fun and you get to work on your trigger pull. So if you're on the market looking for some cheap ammunition, I would recommend Tula Ammo. They absolutely don't pay me whatsoever. They don't even know who the heck I am. It's just a good buy, cheap ammunition. It gets you on the range, get you practicing, and get you using your Second Amendment right, guys. So again, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the content and you enjoyed my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button coming up here in the top left corner. Trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers, and it means the absolute world to me that you will take the time out of your busy day to spend it with me here at Southern Extreme TV. So until next time, guys, I will be sure to bring you guys along on all of my shooting, hunting, outdoor adventures, whatever it may be. You guys will be coming along with me for the adventure. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.